Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, MackPacking. I'm Mackenzie Nelson, and welcome to my 51st country of Armenia. I just spent the past 2 months in Sweden, the past 4 months in Europe in total, and I wanted to make my way towards Georgia, or like even just towards Asia, and there was a cheap flight to Armenia, so I said, why not? Let's go check out what this country has for me. I have a few plans in the country, not a whole lot of time here. I have a week before I have to meet up with some friends in Georgia, so in the next 2-3 videos we'll see what I get up to. But right now I'm in the country's capital of Yerevan, and I had a full day here yesterday but didn't really get to explore much, so today is the day to explore everything. I plan to do a walking tour, go to some markets, eat some traditional food, but first we get a coffee, if you know the drill. Now that I am properly caffeinated, I need to go and get some money from an ATM, and I looked up and I saw that this bank, Artisan Bank, shouldn't have any fees, so I'm going to test out the ATM and hopefully I can get some cash out. I don't need much because most of Armenia uses credit cards. Visa cards are totally workable here, so I don't think I need much cash, but I still want to have some in case of anything. That ATM works perfectly. It has no fees. The conversion rate is done through my bank, so I use Revolut Bank. I have a Revolut Bank card, and that gives me no fees and the best transaction fees as well. I wanted to grab a small bite to eat, so I was recommended to try an Armenian pizza called La Majun. I hope I'm saying that right, La Majun. It was so yummy, super light kind of crust layer with minced meat and cheese is like the traditional way to go, but it had some herbs and stuff in there too, and then you juice some lemon over it, and that really added to the flavor. It was so yummy and such a light eat. I also got a rose hip juice on there that I didn't even realize was a thing in Armenia, but it was really good, quite sugary. That will be the last of that, but it was really yum. But I went to this place called MackPacking, which was highly rated on Google Maps. I just found it because I searched in the Armenian pizza name, and that came up and it had really good reviews. I went there and it was only 2,000 Armenian dirham for like my whole pizza and the juice, which I thought was really affordable because that's my lunch today. It was my first time in 2 months eating meat, so I'm a little worried that I'll have an upset stomach. I think it'll be okay. I call myself a flexitarian because I want to try the cultural foods, but as I was in Stockholm and Sweden living at the yoga community, I didn't eat any meat for a whole 2 months, so hopefully I'm all right there. But I'm just going to drop off my bag and then head to my walking tour. Mentioned before on my channel that walking tours are like the best way to learn about a city and kind of integrate yourself into a new country. So I usually like to do them in the big cities because I could learn a lot of history, bits about the culture, about the food, recommendations of places to go. I love doing walking tours. That one was a really long walking tour and kind of spacey information. It was kind of hard to keep up with him. He had a very, very strong accent, but nonetheless, he was really nice. He was trying to crack some jokes, but it did end up being 3.5 hours long. So it is just after, it's 5:45 now, and we've just ended it at the Cascades, which are just stairs all the way up to a great view of the city. I was up those stairs last night, which is actually something I sat down to tell you guys about because I went on a date with the Armenian last night, and it was so unlike myself to do that. I actually met him on the bus from the airport. I met him at the bus station at the airport, and we got on the bus. My card wasn't working for some reason. He paid for my bus, He was actually quite handsome. And then I got his number, and then he asked me if I wanted to go on an evening stroll last night. So we took a beer up and we climbed up all those stairs, the 570 steps to the top of the Cascade stairs, and saw the city lights, and it was actually really, really nice. I'm kind of debating whether I want to go out with him again tonight. He's offered. Maybe I keep you updated with that, and if I don't, then maybe it just ended. Not really sure how I feel about that situation, but I wanted to tell you guys because I want to be personal on my channel here. I already climbed all the stairs last night. You could actually come into the Center of the Arts and go on the elevator. They're running until 8 p.m. Last night we missed them. So tonight I will, or today I will, because I want to show you guys the view from the top because it's beautiful. So when you're at the very, very bottom of the Cascades, you go to the left, and then there's like a little door that says like the Center of Arts, and you go through that door to get the elevator, and then it's a few flights up just through elevators, and it was really convenient, way easier than climbing all the steps yesterday. And I was gonna say, apparently you could see a view of Mount Ararat, which is like the highest mountain in this region, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you can. It's right over the border of Turkey, so I'm literally looking at this mountain in Turkey right now, which is kind of crazy to think. See this in the dark, so it's really cool to see it now. It's kind of hidden behind the clouds, so I don't really know how tall it is, but that is incredible. That's Turkey right over there. Wow. Good morning, everybody. It is actually my last day in Yerevan, and I'm just now learning about a local market called the Gum Market. It's spelt gum in all capitals, but pronounced Gum. Armenian food culture is a big thing, and it has been going for thousands of years. Lavash bread and dried fruits, nuts and seeds have been in the diet of Armenians for so long, for generations. And markets are my favorite part of traveling, so I'm really happy I got to learn about this just before I leave the city. With local markets, you get to learn more about the city, more about the country, the culture in 10 minutes than you would in a museum. As Armenia is claimed to be the first nation in the world to claim Christianity in 301 AD, which I learned on my day trips. If you haven't already, check out those vlogs. They actually will come after this one, so subscribe and check them out when they get posted. You could see in the city a mix of modern architecture with the Soviet architecture still being a huge influence in the city. Just made it to Gum Market. I thought that it would be a lot busier since it's a Saturday morning, like 10 a.m. on a Saturday, but it's actually pretty quiet. Spices, dried fruit, cashews or nuts and seeds. Oh my god, this is so exciting. Apricot. Oh, thank you. Ah, thank you.
This is strawberry.
Strawberry.
This is, raspberry. This is mango, orange, apricot, peach, pomegranate, raspberry.
That's delicious.
Good. Yeah. Now this is since it's 4,000.
Wow.
Natural honey. Apricot, mandarin, walnut honey. Fresh.
It's very good.
Very nice.
Yeah. You could just come in here and people will adopt you and give you breakfast. What's the name?
Alani.
Alani.
Mhm.
Alani.
Dry peach alani.
Ah,
Dry
okay.
peach and stuffed walnuts with honey. Dry fig and stuffed walnuts. With a knife.
I was asking the sweet man if he had nettle leaves for tea, and he didn't really understand me, so he gave me more mint that I already bought, but it was really sweet of him. He didn't charge me for it. I hate to admit how much I spent at that market. I think it was close to like 6,000 RON, which is like $15, but I'm pretty happy with what I got. I got lots of nuts like cashews and walnuts, which are pretty pricey. I got seeds and dried fruit and tea and lots of goodies, lots of things I was definitely looking for, and it was like my cultural activity for the day. I really didn't know what to expect of Armenia, and coming here I really had no expectations, but Yerevan seems so alive, full of cafes and street music and flower shops, and to make it feel so vibrant. Although I've only taken one bus so far from the airport, buses are super cheap and go pretty often. You do have to get a separate app called Yandex Go for navigation or public transport or taxis and literally food deliveries, everything. It's one and all app. I also wanted to mention the hostel I'm staying at. It's not the best one I feel like you could find in Yerevan, but it has been really great, super cozy, and the volunteer there is absolutely amazing and has helped me with all the information. It's called Highland Hostel and Tours. They don't do any tours, but they tell you about some tours to do. But it's also pretty affordable. If you book directly, it's about $2 cheaper, so keep that in mind. Honestly, really sad to be leaving Yerevan today. I am feeling a little bit sick. I have to get to Georgia, so I'm going to end this vlog here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel to see more in Armenia and more in Georgia and more in the rest of the world. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Literally decided to have